Hey yogis, this is a really quick stretch, perfect if you're a runner or a walker or a cycler, or if you just fancy a short leg stretch. So we're going to get going straight away. If you are not warm, then please do a warm-up video from the app first. And as always, modify as much as you need. Yoga should never be painful. And we're actually going to start in downward facing dog. So bring your hands onto the mat, spread your fingers, lift your hips. Imagine you have a piece of string attached to your tailbone that's lifting up towards the sky. Bend your knees as much as you need to get a nice long spine as you firmly push your hands into the mat, and then start to pedal your feet from side to side, breathing into the backs of the legs and noticing any sensations, any tightness that you might be feeling. Keep grounding firmly into the hands and imagine you're screwing the hands in opposite directions like screwing jam jar lids, and feel the stability that brings in your shoulders. Now find some stillness and inhale, lift your right leg but bend the knee straight away, and again that piece of string now is attached to the knee and it's pulling it up towards the sky. Breathe into your right side body, take a big inhale. Exhale, softly step your right foot forward, use your hand if you need to. Left knee comes down, don't bring it, don't do too long a low lunge, because what I want you to do is now, piece of string analogy, is attached to the top of your head, pulling you nice and long, lengthen through the tailbone as you reach back with your left hand and grab your left foot. You can place a blanket under the back knee or you can fold over the mat if you have sensitive knees. Now keep that length, so keep growing tall, push really firmly through the right foot as well as you hug this leg in, breathing into the front of the quad, breathing into the front of the hip. Perhaps you want to challenge your balance and you lift the right hand. Holding here 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to come into a kneeling side angle, so let go of the foot, kickstand it over towards the right, and imagine you're in a kind of kneeling warrior 2. Now you can either bring your forearm to your thigh and your left arm goes overhead, or you can bring the right hand to the floor or perhaps onto a block. Reach your fingers like you're trying to grab hold of someone's hand, but it's just out of reach. And then have a sensation of ripping the mat apart between your knee and your foot and feel the engagement through the hips. Breathing the hips down towards the right ankle. Don't worry if your knee goes over your ankle, that's okay. Breathe here, 3, 2 and 1. Inhale brings you all the way up. Swivel your body to face the front of the mat, tuck the back toes and lift all the way up to stand. 2 options I'm going to give you here. First is runner's stretch. You're going to bend the left knee, back the back knee and straighten the right leg, turning the toes towards the sky. Imagine a heavy backpack on your back. You're going to hinge from the hips until you feel a nice stretch along the back of your leg, perhaps on the calf. Now, if it feels better for you, instead you can come over to a step, bring your right toes to the edge and then drop your heel down. Notice in your body, does that feel like what you need today, or does this one feel better? There's no right or wrong answer. It's all about tuning in. Push the heel firmly into the mat as you lengthen through the spine. Hold 3, hold 2 and 1. Inhale brings you up to stand. Step your left foot next to your right, hip distance apart. From here, you've got that imaginary backpack on your back again. Breathe in, stand tall, breathe out, hinge from your hips, send your hips back in space as you resist against the heavy weight on your back. When you get to the point where you feel a sensation, a stretch along the backs of your legs, you're going to stop and then you're going to pedal your knee slowly from side to side. We're doing a little nerve glide here, releasing any tension. Okay, before we take our forward fold, this can be really helpful. We're going to do another 5 on each side. 4, 3, resist against the imaginary heavy weights. Last one. Amazing. Inhale brings you all the way up to stand. Step the left foot back. Now the back foot can either be at 45 degrees or you can be on the back toes, whatever feels better for you. Hip bones shining forward, breathe in, breathe out, again hinging from the hips, heavy weight on the back, and then you can take more of a fold if you want to. Rather than curling the back, try and keep that length through the spine. Hands can come onto your leg, onto blocks, onto the floor. You're breathing in to the back of your right leg, and you can give your quad at the front of your thigh a little bit of a poke to tell it to turn on, because when it turns on, it helps to lengthen the hamstring. It's this thing called reciprocal inhibition. Our bodies are very clever. Our quadriceps on, our hamstring, lengthen. And what does your breath look like? Can you extend the exhales? Can you soften any tension in the face and the belly? And then inhale brings you all the way up. Step your left foot again to meet the right. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, sit back into an imaginary chair. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears as you transfer the weight onto your right foot, lifting the left toes. Flex the foot, and then can you figure four the legs without using your hands? You can do this stretch on the mat. Seated pigeon feels really good as well. Hopefully you're feeling it on the outside of your left hip. Sit the hips down a little bit lower, play around with sensation. And again, breathe away any tension you're holding on to that you don't need to. Maybe it's in your jaw, maybe it's in your belly. Next, inhale brings you all the way up, left foot comes down, hinge from the hips and fold. And we're going to simply step straight back into downward facing dog. Perhaps notice any difference here from when we started. Perhaps notice any difference in the right side to the left. Then inhale, left leg lifts, knee bends, reach that knee up towards the sky like it has that imaginary string on it, breathing into the left side body. Exhale, steps your left foot forward to the front of the mat. How softly can you drop the foot? Come onto the back knee, grab a blanket if you need to. Find that length through the crown of the head. And then take hold of the right foot with your right hand. As you continue to lengthen the tailbone down, breathing into the front of the hip. And perhaps drawing the hips forward slightly, intensifying the stretch if it feels good for you. You don't want to push yourself completely into stretches. It's not helpful, it's not safe. You really want to listen to your body and follow your breath. Last breath here. Now exhale, slowly release, kickstand the leg, left forearm to thigh, this time right arm comes overhead. Perhaps hand goes to the floor, but listen to your body. Now imagine that hand is just out of reach, really reach the right fingers over, and then rip the mat apart between your knee and your foot as you take the hips down towards the ankle, breathing into the inner thigh. And then what's the breath doing? Again, soften, lengthen that exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale brings you all the way up, swivel to face the front of the mat, tuck the back toes, bring the foot in, straighten the front leg as you bend the back knee, turn the toes towards the sky, coming back to this calf stretch. Again, that option to come to a step, toes to the edge of the step, and then drop the heel down. Having that imaginary heavy backpack on your back is really helpful, and you can also bring your hands to your heart and push your thumbs really gently in towards your heart space to help you lengthen out through the spine. A bit of resistance can be really helpful. Inhale brings you all the way up. Step your right foot next to your left, hip distance apart. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, hinging from the hips, keeping the spine long, going down as far as you can feel that stretch in the back of the legs, and then start to bend one knee at a time as we take these little elephant walks, nerve glides, to release any nerve tension that might be impacting our forward folds. If you've been working on your forward folds for a long time and not seeing much progress, it could be your nerves. We can't stretch our nerves like we can our muscles. We need to kind of loosen it up so they can flow freely through the connective tissue. Last one. Inhale brings you up. Step your right foot back. Toes can be 45 degrees, or you can come onto your back toes. Imagine there's light shining from your hip bones and they're shining forward. Breathe in. Breathe out, resist against that heavy weight on your back. Push your left foot firmly into the earth as you breathe down the back side of that left leg, lifting your sit bones up towards the sky and releasing any tension in the face, in the belly. Sending softness to the back of the leg. Maybe you give your quad a little reminder, turn on please, help me out here. And then next inhale, brings you all the way up. Step your right foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Bring your weight onto your left foot, lift your right leg, flex the foot, and then figure four. Just like before, you can sit onto the floor in a seated pigeon if that feels better. Press your right knee down towards the earth, breathing into the right hip. And see if you can soften the breath. Paying attention to what stretches felt harder, where the sensations were occurring in your body. Just listening in and understanding what feels good and what needs doing. Inhale brings you to stand, right foot comes down, and then you're going to fold. And you're going to take a little ragdoll, so take opposite elbows. As you melt the body, bend the knees as much as you need. Lifting the sit bones towards the sky and melting the elbows towards the earth. And then gently drop the hands, drop the hips, come all the way down, and we're gonna roll down. Even if you can just take 3 breaths in Shavasana, meet me here now. Bring the heels mat distance apart, let the feet hang heavy. Bring the arms really wide as you take a big breath in and a big sigh out. Let go. Release fully down onto the mat. Release any thoughts that are trying to creep in. As they do, just gently let them go. Spend as long as you have here in Shavasana, and I'll see you on the mat again tomorrow.